All right, we are live. I just need the link so we can put it in our group for our community members that want to join us live in the chat. Let's see if you're going to give me this link, please. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Give me this link to put in our group. All right. It is there. If you are a solopreneur, an entrepreneur that is struggling to get to your first six figures in business, you need to be in our group. Go to shaycannon.info/group. We have three pillars of value. We actually build community, come together and commune. We collaborate. We come together to make each other's businesses better and to make money together. And last but not least, we have conversations that are transformational to your business growth, kind of like this morning show. So join our group. It's free. shaycannon.info/group. All right, let's get started. Good morning. Welcome to Unlock Your First Six Figures Morning Show. I'm your host, Shay Cannon. It all starts with a blog, and this week's blog is at shaycannon.com/protect. Okay, protect. So much is going on in politics in the United States. I said, you know what? This week, we're going to look at the fact that we're going to call it in. We're going to manifest our business is already successful. And the next step will be we need to protect our success, right? So that's what we're going to talk about this week. Let's not worry about old Joe. Joe, old ass probably do need to go take a nap. So y'all leave that man alone. Find somebody else to do it. Find somebody else to do it. But we're going to talk about we are successful. So what is the next step? And the next step is always to protect your success, right? So as an entrepreneur, you should put measures in place to protect your business from the start, right? However, most entrepreneurs lack either the understanding and sometimes just the budget to do that. So have you ever heard the saying, more money, more problems? Well, the more successful your business is, the more protections you need to have in place. So you need to prioritize that because, before you have success, you don't have that much to lose. But the more success that you have, the more you have to lose. So the more you need to protect it. Okay. Now, I put it in four categories. As usual, category one is about insurance. Okay. Insurance. Insurance provides a safety net of protection against lawsuits, property damage, employee or team member injuries, and more stuff that's going to ensure that your business can survive these types of mistakes. Okay. So here is a list of the types of insurances you should be considering for your small business: general liability insurance, professional liability insurance, commercial property insurance, workers' compensation insurance, cyber liability insurance. Y'all know the more digital we get, the more digital protections we're going to need. Okay. So those are the insurances. Now, on the morning show, I give you more than what's in the blog. So the list is in the blog. What I want to do is go through and tell you about each one of these insurances, what it is, what it protects, why it's important, and some popular companies you can go and get a policy from. Okay. So let's get started. General liability insurance, okay? It provides coverage for legal claims arising from accidents, injuries, and negligence, okay? What it protects against claims of bodily injury, property damage, personal injury, such as defamation, and it covers legal fees and settlements, okay? Why is it important? Without this coverage, a single lawsuit could wipe your whole business out, right? So it offers peace of mind and financial protection against common legal risk. So popular companies to get a policy from: State Farm, Nationwide, the Hartford, and Travelers Insurance, okay? Second kind of insurance: professional liability insurance. What is it? It's also known as E&O insurance, or errors and omissions insurance, okay? And this policy covers claims of negligence, mistakes, and failure to perform professional services, okay? So what does it protect? It protects your business from lawsuits alleging inadequate work or mistakes in your professional services that you provide, okay? Why is that important? Because as service providers, most of us think that we're not necessarily at risk like products, right? Products is kind of cut and clear. The product hurt them in some way. You need to have some type of insurance. Well, you should have the same type of insurance for services. Okay. So it's critical to have. It helps manage the risk of client dissatisfaction and potential legal claims based on your service. Okay. Popular companies that pay for these policies: Hiscox, Hiscox, I think that's how you say it. CNA, AIG, and Chubb, that's CHUBB. So not the Chubb you're thinking of. Get your mind out of the gutter. Chubb, CUCHUBB. All right. Now, the third category, commercial property insurance. Okay. What is it? This insurance covers the physical assets of your business, including buildings, equipment, inventory, furniture, all of those things. Okay. What does it protect? It protects against risks like fire, theft, vandalism, natural disasters, and even, people coming and hurting themselves on your stuff, right? So it can cover all of that: loss of income if your business is unable to operate due to property damage. All right. Why is it important? I think it's obvious, but we're going to go ahead and say it, because it can lead to a significant financial loss in operational time. Okay. That's if you could come back from it, you still will be down for a long time. So what are some companies you can get these policies from? Allstate, Liberty Mutual, Farmers Insurance, and Progressive. Okay. Next, we have workers' compensation insurance. Now, this is going to be for those that opt to have W-2 employees, right? So what is it? Workers' compensation insurance provides coverage for medical expenses and lost wages for employees who are injured or become ill due to the job, okay? It protects businesses by covering the employee injury related costs and shielding them from potential lawsuits by injured employees, okay? Why is it important? Again, we could lose your whole livelihood over something that happened with a team member, right? So we got to be careful with that. Now, what are some companies that we can get a workers' compensation insurance policy from? Berkshire Hathaway, Zurich, Travelers, Amtrust Financial. Okay. Last but not least, we're going to talk about, what do I want to talk about this one? Because I feel like this is on, I'm not going to talk about that one because this is actually on, you know what? I'm going to go and talk about it because this is an insurance. Cyber liability insurance, okay? Because we're in this digital age. So what it is it covers the costs associated with data breaches, cyber attacks. It includes the legal fees, and notification costs, credit monitoring services, and things like that, right? I hope somebody had cyber liability insurance this weekend when they took all the airlines down and everything else. You never can tell what's happening. So especially nowadays where people think that small businesses are not getting hit, they're getting hit all the time. The small businesses are just not big news, but these people are losing their shirts based on things that they did not prepare for. So that is going to be one of the things we talk about this week: how to protect yourself in the digital world with digital stuff. But this is a digital cyber liability insurance. Okay. Popular companies that sell those policies: Chubb, CHUBB. I'm going to say AXA XL, that's AXA XL. Beasley, BEAZLEY, and Hiscox again, HISCOX. And again, all of this will be in the show notes. You can get the show notes either in the group, or you can sign up at shaycannon.com/show. You will get a reminder in the mornings to hop on here via YouTube. Also, you will get, after the show, I will say early afternoon, you will get the copy of the show notes and a link to the replay. Okay. So shaycannon.com/show for these show notes. Okay. So I want to know, is there an insurance in here you did not know about? And which one of these insurances do you know you need to get as a priority? I'm going to start with Dr. LaFera. And while we're waiting on her to unmute, let me give you the list again: general liability insurance, professional liability insurance, commercial property insurance, workers' compensation insurance, cyber liability insurance. And I know Dr. LaFera is familiar with these insurances because she is a medical doctor and they have to have insurances to protect them. So, Dr. LaFleur, which one of these had you possibly never heard of, but which one do you know you need for your business?
Since I have a couple different businesses, and eventually I want to do other stuff, and medicine is not in my specialty. I'm going to go back and look at that list you gave of professional liability insurance because I've been trying to get that, but everybody doesn't offer it. And then that's in my the other stuff I want to do. I got it from for pathology, but as far as like my products, I'm trying to get different insurance, and so I've been looking at that too, and like everybody doesn't offer that, and so that one, that's what I'm gonna get next because that's what I'm closest to. But I didn't know about the cyber liability insurance, so I'm definitely gonna look into that because I'm starting to create digital products.
Yeah. Now when we get to financial, we're going to talk about some of that kind of stuff, but basically some of us that provide services, we handle some pretty intimate private documents that are valuable to identity. I think I've told you guys before that I use P Cloud as my cloud storage for sensitive client stuff. Because I get access to documents, I get access to IDs, I get access to credit cards, all kind of stuff. And so I always put that stuff over in P Cloud when I get it. I get it off my machine, I get it out of whatever messenger it was sent over, and I put it over in P Cloud and I leave it over there. They are based in Switzerland, and Switzerland has some of the highest digital security in the world. So that's why I use that. And so I'll put I think I'll put the P Cloud affiliate link as a part of the show notes for today. So that if y'all are interested in that, you can get it. But let's go to Dr. Tachi. Dr. Tachi, which insurance do you know that you need to get for your business? And is there one you had never heard of before?
Not one I had never heard of, but definitely cyber liability and general, I was about to say general practitioners, but general liability as well.
Cool beans. I love it. I love it. I know that some of you might need all of these. Some of these you might prioritize getting one at a time, but that's why I took the time to kind of figure out what were some of the bigger firms that were offering these policies. So that is in the show notes for y'all. But still ask around, right? If you have an insurance person that is like your family insurance person or somebody in your network that's an insurance person, make sure that you look around for price and look around for what is included in the value. Okay, y'all, before you start picking. So don't just rely on what I gave you. Also just ask around, look around. All right, Debbie, which one of these insurances do you know you need? And was there one that was new to you?
Um, you know what? I have to say I don't have any of these, and the cyber security one, obviously with what happened last week, is really top of mind because I'm collecting people's information. But yeah, this is the grown up part of business. So I got to take care of this.
Most definitely, most definitely. Let's go to Dewana. Dewana, which one of these do you know you need to add to your protection? And was there one that was new to you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, definitely need general liability insurance. I've actually been already talking about it as I'm doing my thing. Didn't know about cyber cyber insurance. So I'm not there yet because I don't have a whole lot of digital stuff, but just didn't know about it. Yeah.
Cool beans. Thank you for that. Dr. Toya over there in Brazil living her best life. Are y'all following her online? She over there living her best life. But Dr. Toya, which one do you know you need to get? And was there one that was new to you?
Well, actually, Hiscox has a treatment liability insurance. So it's like professional treatment in public. And I need that one because, working with people and providing like Reiki and even aromatherapy, sound therapy, all of those things will fall under that treatment category.
It could. It really could. I'm glad to know that I said it correctly because I feel like I said it like you said it. Cool beans. All right.
Don't let me be the marker
Too
for
late,
correction.
too late. You said it like me. I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it. All right, Cheryl, which one do you know you need, and was there one that was new to you?
No, there weren't any that are new to me, only because in the last 3 weeks I've been talking to USAA for the insurances I need because I have multiple businesses. And it turns out that they're pretty much one-stop shopping. So we're putting together the policy now. This 2024 has been a year for me where I am organizing the businesses from the trademarks all the way down to contracts and everything in between. So,
Definitely. We'll be
when you
talking about that
started
this week.
mentioning them, I'm sorry.
I said, definitely. We'll be talking about that this week too.
Yeah, so I was glad when you started mentioning what you're going to talk about, and it was like, okay, at least they hit all the spots. So it's interesting for sure.
Oh, beans. Thank you. Thank you. Kimberly, I don't know if you're at the Dream Funder and can't get on, but you've been unmuted for a while. Did you want to say something since you unmuted?
I didn't was unmuted. Sorry.
The
I
whole
am
time. We heard you kicking shit around, all kind of stuff.
no,
Did
I
you
am
want to answer the round robin and tell us which insurance do you need? And was there one that you hadn't heard of?
I am at the Dream Funder, but Hiscox, I've been looking at them for general liability. So
Okay. Cool
yeah.
beans. All right. And I'll mute you. No problem. All right. Heather, which one of these do you know you need to make a priority to get? And was there one that was new to you?
I have a general liability policy, but it also covers professional liability. So it's a combination policy. And I was going to get commercial property, but I work out of my house and my homeowner's insurance covers it. So I don't have to, like, the commercial property doesn't matter. I don't have W-2. And I'll check with my policy for the cyber if that is covered also, because I never asked about it.
So you need to double check your home insurance, right? Because home insurance is for you to live in your home, not work in your home. And so there are things that they will not cover, including if you're doing Airbnb stuff with your home, including if you have like an office space in your home and you lose office equipment, or you start having meetings in your home and somebody has an accident and they found out it was business related. That stuff is not covered under your regular home insurance. Because you got to keep in mind, y'all, insurance companies don't want to pay you. They're going to
Ever.
find a reason not to pay out the policy. So if you're using a policy for any reason other than what they wrote it for, they're not going to pay it out. Right. So I
No, I
understand
get that.
you're trying to combine stuff. And this is for more than just Heather, because it's a lot more people thinking that, right? Not even just with home insurance, but even like some of y'all are saying like the general policy has some service stuff. Y'all need to look at these policies because the amount of service may not be enough to be worth nothing, even though they're combining this stuff. Right. Teray is over there shaking her head because Teray worked in insurance. Teray, before you answer the question, you want to tell the people?
Yes. I've been over here I've got all these notes. There's so much. So the thing is that what I would advise is not to pick one. I would advise to go to a broker because most of us need a combination of these things. So like, for instance, Kim needs more than just general insurance. So me and Kim had brunch on Saturday. Yeah. And so one of the things that she said was that she packages her stuff in her house. So the thing is that she needs to sit with a broker to see what kind of combination insurance she needs. Because if her house catches on fire and she loses all her stuff, her homeowner's insurance won't cover that. That's a business, her business stuff. So she needs a broker to sit her down. And when you get combined insurance, then it'll be cheaper. So even if you can, like what Shay said, if you can only get one at a time, that's one thing. But if you need I&O insurance and you need professional insurance and you need general insurance, if you get them one at a time, it'll be way too expensive. But if you get it combined, when I had my dance studio, I needed all of them. If a kid falls and breaks her arm, that's one insurance. But if the building catches on fire, that's a different insurance. But if somebody comes in and there's a gas leak and that, all of it is different. You know what I mean? Or if somebody accuses, the janitor of touching their kid these are all different insurances. So I can't just say, well, I'm covered because I got insurance. You know, or if somebody comes in and slips in the bathroom, but you know, it's because I didn't, you know, there was a discrepancy and I didn't get the inspection. All of this is different. So you have to make sure you talk to a broker that has access to all of this. So the best way, or okay, so Shay gave us a list of all the insurances. If you start with the insurance company that you use, or you go to the one of the insurance companies and you talk to them about, hey, what insurance do you cover? This is my business. Do you, you know, just have a basic conversation and say, look, I work from my home. You know, I have my office in my home. What do you cover? If they start talking about what they cover and what they don't cover, you know, you have to go somewhere else. So start there. Don't just, you know what I mean? Or you can Google brokerages or, you know, business insurances, and it'll talk about it. You can't just be out here. Another thing is that if you have employees, so Kim mentioned one thing last week. What she said was she was thinking of over brunch. She said she had a meeting with Shay, and Shay recommended that she hire somebody to help her fill some orders in their own home. So that means she needs insurance on that employee, because if that employee has some of her products in her house and something happens to her products, she needs insurance on that employee. Also, a lot of you guys who have partners, somebody partners with you in insurance, you can get life insurance on your partner. If something happens to your partner, they pass away, you can get life insurance on your part. Like, there's so much with insurance. It's not just, oh, I need general insurance, it'll cover me. That's not, it's so much. Insurance, so much. It's
And
so much
again, I
more.
want y'all to do your Chat GPT, your Google searches, but I
Yeah,
also want you to talk to all the insurance companies and get
all of
all
them.
the information. All policies aren't made equal.
They're not.
It's
You read
kind of
all
like
the
some of
fine
this
print.
tech that we use, right? Some insurance companies are best in class, even though they're offering you all in one policies. So you gotta check it out, right? So just take the time and do your due diligence. Teray, I know you've heard of all of them, but which one do you feel like you need right now for your dating business?
I would probably start with the professional insurance,
Mhm.
just because we have an office in our home and we work from our home. And cyber insurance.
Most
Yeah.
definitely. Most definitely. I love that. All right. Over here on YouTube, we got Glow over here. Good morning, Glow. We got Chantilly over here. Good morning. So, Glow and Chantilly, tell me which insurance you know that you need. We also got Keith over here, our resident graphic designer. And he said he needs professional liability insurance and the cyber insurance. Okay. So, yeah, this week is all about how we protect our business in different ways. Tomorrow, we're going to jump into some of the legal stuff. The blog for this week is at shaycannon.com/protect. So you can see the list. But if you want all of the details that we give, that is more on the show, you need a copy of the show notes. You can get that in two ways. You can go to shaycannon.com/show, sign up, and it'll come right in your inbox every day, early afternoon. Or you can join the group, shaycannon.info/group, and by early afternoon, it is also placed in the group. So, Teray, you had a question. What is your question?
I just wanted to make a comment.
Mhm.
All of us need I&O insurance. Now, for Dr. LaFera, her hospital provides her with I&O insurance. And so for some of us, it'll already be covered. So if you work in as an independent contractor somewhere, chances are they have I&O insurance on you, depending on what it is. But what I&O insurance will also do is it'll keep you from being sued personally. So because you work from your home and you're your own person, it'll keep you from being sued and from them taking your house. So as a solo entrepreneur, even whenever you do your taxes, even though your business has its own IN, if somebody sues you and if you don't have insurance, even if you have homeowners insurance or professional insurance, if they sue you for enough money, they'll take your personal assets. But I&O insurance will keep that separate. So all of us need I&O insurance.
Yeah.
So, I'm using Dr. LaFair as an example. She has I&O insurance as a doctor. So if somebody accuses her as a doctor, she, I don't know, prescribes the wrong medication or something, they can't touch her personal assets. You know what I mean? The most they'll do is take her license and they'll go to court or whatever, but they won't take her, you know what I mean, her personal assets. That's what I&O insurance will do for you.
So I just want to add in there that I know a lot of people may be listening and they're saying, well, I have a limited liability company. I have an LLC. They can't really get to me anyway. I want everybody to understand that any attorney worth their weight could possibly sue you as the company and you personally as the person that did something. Okay. So keep that in mind. So limited liability company. Also, if you're co-mingling, it don't matter what those papers say. I mean, we're going to talk more about that tomorrow, but if you're commingling funds, business and personal, then you have pierced the corporate veil and it is no longer a limited liability company. So a lot of stuff goes on with that. Again, especially us who provide services, we are more so kind of at risk of being sued personally as well as our companies. It happens less so with products, unless there was malicious intent, negligence, and stuff like that. They will go through all of the insurances and still try to get the person with the product. But most of the time, just so that you know, with products, even if they sue you personally, you can kind of get that dropped unless you made the product in any way. But if you had it manufactured somewhere, it's under your name, it's under your brand, but all of the liability should stay under the company. But yeah, so we'll be talking about more of this stuff on tomorrow, because we're talking about insurance today, but tomorrow we will talk about the legal stuff. If you want to jump ahead, go to shaycannon.com/protect. Let's get through these announcements for today. Again, if you want to get the morning show in your inbox, go to shaycannon.com/show. You will get a reminder in the mornings to hop on the YouTube. Now, if you want to be in studio like Teray, like Kimberly, like Cheryl, like Dr. Toya, like Dewana, like Deborah, like Dr. Tachi, Dr. LaFera, and Heather, then you have to be a member of the group and you have to have shown up in the group and be known to us, because we have to protect ourselves from trolls. We're kind of a big deal and we've had trolls before. So now we have to protect against that. So if you ever want to be in studio, you definitely have to be a known member of the group, shaycannon.info/group. All you have to do is show up in the comments enough to where we know you're a real person. We recognize you. We see that you give value. I will say that Miss Chantilly has been rocking with us for a couple of weeks, and she could definitely join the group and end up in studio if she would have time to do that live. So that's something to think about. But in your inbox, you will get a link to the actual channel and you will have to watch for us to go live. And then in the afternoon, you will get a link in one email to the show notes and to the replay. All right. So shaycannon.com/show. Last week, we did a free training in the group on how to get your business ready for affiliate marketing program. Again, that was free in the group. It's not too late to sign up for our affordable workshop series, because following that training, we are actually creating an affiliate program. So you can go to shaycannon.com/affiliate. The replay of the workshop is already in there waiting on you. You have time to go ahead and get it. Watch the replay and meet us tonight for day 1 of the challenge. All right. shaycannon.com/affiliate. This week we have movie club night as a part of our group. I told y'all we actually build community, y'all. So vote on the movie that we're going to actually watch on our own, pull out our business nuggets and keep notes, and then we're going to come together on Thursday night and talk about those business nuggets. So again, you'll watch the movie first, meet us together, and we'll talk about it together. So don't forget to vote. The poll is in the group. The deadline is tomorrow night so that we have time to actually watch the movie before Thursday night. All right. Last call for alcohol. Does anybody have any questions about the insurances that you need to have in your business before we get out of here? All right. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. We're going to talk about legal. Go to shaycannon.com/protect if you want to jump ahead on the blog and get some questions ready. But yes, go to the blog. Join us for the morning show in the morning where you get more. All right. The studio is closing in 5,